All right, everybody, today we are answering a question from YouTube comments. I've talked a bunch about door hangers. I've talked a bunch about marketing, but specifically with all this push to door hangers that we've been doing lately and the big expansion of our company and how well door hangers have always performed. I had a comment just yesterday that said, yeah, but what about no soliciting areas in neighborhoods where door hangers are not allowed? And we have those areas. There's certain areas where you have to get permits just to do any kind of canvassing. There's certain areas where they don't care. They don't ever want you there. So if a cop sees you, they're pulling you over and they're going to tell you get so many warnings before you're kicked out. And then there's no soliciting signs, right? And there's a few different things you want to stay away from when you're doing door hanging. No soliciting signs, stay away. The person took the time to say, don't bother me. Don't bother them. Respect people. And then secondly, if there's a mailbox. Mailboxes are federal property. Do not hang on, do not put in, do not touch the mailbox. Door hangers are meant for one thing, a door. Right? So some form of door, that's where that goes. But now let's get into answering this question. Where and how do you market if there's areas that you're wanting to break into and they are a no soliciting area? So door hangers are going to immediately be right off the table. Door knocking and doing things of that matter are going to be right off the table. But depending on the area, depending on if you're meaning like a gated community that's no soliciting, is much different than just a neighborhood that doesn't have gates and you're not supposed to solicit in the neighborhood versus just no soliciting signs on individual homeowners. But we're going to approach this like it's either one, a gated community, or two, area where they just don't want you to do it. And it's usually those are high-end neighborhoods where they're just trying to make it where people are less bothered. Now with this, some of these high-end neighborhoods have some form of pamphlet that's produced for all of the neighbors in that area. Sometimes you can get your name in one of those. We are about to submit our name to a community of 1,900 people. It's a gated community, and it's ideal clients, kind of exactly what we would be looking for and how to work with and who to work with. And so we can get our name in there on a directory that goes up, and it's a magnet for all the homeowners so they can keep it on their fridge and they know exactly who to go to. That's an in, right? So you got to look for these little ins to get right into the neighborhood. Two, if you do get any work or know anyone in that neighborhood, do really, really good work for them to get that referral word of mouth and ask for referrals. Obviously, that takes you, one, knowing somebody that has people in there, or two, doing some kind of work in there. But it's another idea that you need to add to the kind of quiver so you have more arrows to shoot at this thing. Next, I look at every door direct and mailers. Really, I guess the referral piece probably could be at the bottom after you maybe get somebody, but it just mixes in either way. Every door direct and mailers is stuff where you can send out mail, one, to just blast out to everyone, or do very direct and specified mail. And that's going to allow you to send marketing pieces into that neighborhood. It doesn't matter. No matter what, you can send in that type of marketing. And so that's another way. Now, all of this isn't necessarily as cost effective as door hangers, but these are the ways you get in there, and or, a way that's not super expensive, that it still has cost and sweat equity. If that neighborhood that is no soliciting is really close to other neighborhoods where you can do door hangers, the effect of doing gobs of door hangers around it, just so your vehicles are there when people are leaving, coming in from that neighborhood, so they can see your vehicles, your branding, your company doing good work. That's another way to slowly start working into that area. Next, targeted social media and or like click campaigns. So any kind of targeted marketing that is really specific to that zip code or that small area, you can really pinch down for specific neighborhoods, marketing on social media, different click campaigns, so you can get into those areas and you can have your ads showing up to those people when they are in need. And so this is just going to be another form of targeted marketing, but this is going to be a digital form of targeted marketing. And now finally, the last piece that it's one of the best for us overall. This is probably not going to work for all little neighborhoods like we're talking about, but if it's a monster of a neighborhood and it's kind of got like that brand name to it, like Leland Grove is a beautiful area, high-end area in Springfield, and we never really specifically did what I'm about to say for that area, but would work. And it is one of those non-soliciting, even though there's no gates, it's non-soliciting. So there would be SEO tactics, right? So if it was Leland Grove lawn care, Leland Grove landscaping, whatever those keywords are that are searched a lot for. This takes keyword research. This is website building. This is copy building, right? But you could build a specific page that would rank well for that area to organically, through SEO, get you more leads. And ultimately, you just need to break in. You just need to do a little bit, continue doing good work, and get a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. And if you're really aggressive about wanting to try to get more, asking for referrals is something that you always have to do once you get started. So do good work, ask for referrals, utilize those type of marketing, and you will be able to break into some of these communities where you can't just go and knock on a door.